this evening, sponsored by Corpse, bringing value home. Guyanese critic found guilty of contempt of court, fined $100,000. Local tech company to introduce artificial intelligence at 2025 Energy Conference and Expo. Guyana represented at Labor Day Parade also used the opportunity to protest actions of the ruling People's Progressive Party civic government. And 3 additional members added to Law Reform Commission. HGP Nightly News begins now. To our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Melissa Grant with the Tuesday, 3rd September 2024 edition of the HGP Nightly News. We will tell you at this hour that yet another contempt of court proceedings against Michael Rodrigues, better known as the Guyanese critic, was brought before him on Tuesday. This time he was found guilty. More details from Travis Chase.
Controversial social media commentator Michael Rodrigues, better known as the Guyanese critic, was spared jail time when Justice Priscilla Chandra Hanif found him guilty of the offense of contempt of court when he appeared before her Tuesday morning. He was fined $100,000 and was ordered to pay that sum within 7 days or face jail time for 3 days. Additionally, he has been ordered by the High Court to issue a public apology for his actions. The court heard that on the 30th of August 2024, Rodrigues, during a court hearing in which he was sued by former APNU-AFC Minister Simone Brooms for defamatory statements, live-streamed the entire court proceedings. Section 4 of the Contempt of Court Act No. 26 of 2010 states, quote, "It shall be a contempt of court to use in court any tape recorder or other instrument for recording sound, except with the leave of the court," unquote. Rodrigues was represented by People's Progressive Party civic member of parliament and attorney-at-law Sanjeev Dattadin.
I think it's been satisfactorily dealt with. It's been dealt with openly, and it's at an end now. There's nothing else we wish to say. We move on with the trial. We move on with the proceedings.
Justice Hanif, in delivering her judgment, said that the court was shocked to know that the entire proceedings was live-streamed. The judge found that Rodrigues was repeatedly warned by some viewers to end the live stream or he would be held in contempt. Instead, Rodrigues told his viewers to remain quiet. Attorney-at-law Dexter Todd appeared on behalf of Simone Brooms.
I believe the judge demonstrated strength by recognizing that the court has a responsibility to protect the administration of justice and, of course, to protect its entire process. Perceptions out there is very, very important. And so the court recognizing that what had happened is not something that should be condoned or ought to be condoned at all.
Todd commented that the courts is not a circus and the lawful precedence has been set.
My take on it is that the recognition that the court must act when they see something is going terribly wrong and bring back in line the parties, because the administration of justice is very, very important. I believe it's a very good step. It's a very good step for our courts, and I hope that all parties would recognize that the court is not a circus.
Rodrigues, while admitting that yet another conduct of his was disruptive and inappropriate, claimed to have learned now that he has been found guilty by the court. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Artificial intelligence will be featured for the first time at the 2025 Guyana Energy Conference and the Supply Chain Expo. Antonio Day reports.
At the launch of the 2025 Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo, local software developer and tech company V75 Inc. launched its Guyana Energy Suite at the Guyana Marriott Hotel, Kingston, Georgetown. Chief Executive Officer of V75 Inc., Eldon Marks, related that the first time this event will showcase and focus on the usage of artificial intelligence, known as AI.
We're working with the Guyana Energy Conference in terms of building this technological future that will power the conference. Allow me to unveil the Guyana Energy Suite.
The NG Echo app can be downloaded from the iOS and Google Play Store. The tech tool is geared at updating stakeholders on the developments in the NG sector. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The just concluded ExxonMobil-sponsored Uncapped 2024 allowed Guyanese agro-processors to promote and exhibit their food and produce. More details from Daisy Richards.
ExxonMobil sponsored Uncapped 2024, which was successfully hosted by the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association over the weekend and showcased a number of local agro-processors. Nightly News spoke to a few participating businesses during the two-day exhibition, which was hosted at the Guyana National Stadium. Roy is a reputable spice company, which also exports its products, produces 168 commodities, covering the alphabet from A to Z.
The Roy's brand was started in 1996 by my father, actually. So he started in 1996 as a trader of spices. So he used to trade their whole spices, and then he found a gap in the market for which people needed quality ground spices.
Meanwhile, Sylvie's Industrial Solutions provide machinery needed for operators in the agro-processing sector.
We are here at this expo for the manufacturing and the agro-processors, so they can have a wide variety of things to choose from to either amp up their sales or to just make their life easier.
This year's expo catered to 100 small businesses, most of them women-owned, to ensure gender inclusivity and empowerment. Uncapped joined the market in 2016 and has been playing a supporting role in developing and assisting small business owners, not only in Guyana but also abroad. Meanwhile, President Irfan Ali, who is the lead head of government with responsibility for agriculture, agricultural diversification and food security, has been actively working to expand Guyana's food production, particularly through agro-processing initiatives. He pledged that his government will build agro-processing incubators targeting regional, small and medium-scale production. The 6th annual edition of Uncapped Marketplace attracted a wide variety of innovative products and services, delicious Guyanese and regional cuisine at its food festival, and Savor the Flavor competition, among other entertainment. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Join us after the break for more news.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
Electrical contractors, builders, and homeowners. When it comes to electricals, don't take chances. Invest in top-quality electrical items from our electrical department at Gaffoods. We stock brands from the USA, Canada, and UK, such as Cooper Allied and Siemens. Get main and distribution circuit panels and breakers in various sizes. Electrical cables in sizes ranging from 1.5 millimeters to 16 millimeters in single core, flat, and ground flex. Surface and flush switches ranging from 1 gang to 6 gang. Also double pole switches from 20 amps to 45 amps. Outlets 13 amps to 20 amps, both surface and flush. Earth rods and clamps 6 inches to 10 inches. Also available are transformers, voltage regulators, and more. So for all your home and office and industrial electrical items, visit the Gaffoods location nearest you at MacDoom, Parika, Neems, Land of Canaan, Rose Hall, Beatty, Kanji, and Diamond.
You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Thanks for staying with us. Hundreds of Guyanese gathered at the Labor Day parade in New York City, and Minister of Tourism Unij Waldron and Minister within the Ministry of Housing Susan Rodriguez were both overwhelmed with the turnout.
Minister of Tourism Unij Waldron and Minister within the Ministry of Housing Susan Rodriguez were in New York City with other Guyanese nationals celebrating Labor Day on Monday. Minister Waldron highlighted that the event is truly a celebration of the Caribbean and the Guyanese spirit.
It's great to be out here with our Guyanese people enjoying and being together. It's awesome. It's been really good.
Minister Rodriguez added that the support shown by overseas-based Guyanese was overwhelming.
The support that has turned out here today, lots of Guyanese came out to rally behind our band and to walk the streets with us on this Labor Day. It's been excellent.
Guyana's band Nomads was created by popular promoter Marlon Jacobs. Jacobs highlighted the tremendous support received from Guyanese.
Guyanese from all walks, as expected, because Guyanese always continue to support the goat, regardless of what I do. I always get good support from my Guyanese people.
Labor Day in the United States of America is celebrated annually on the first Monday of September to honor the American labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Meanwhile, ministers in the People's Progressive Party civic government were greeted by a crowd of protesters at Monday's annual Labor Day parade. Daisy Richards has more.
Overseas-based Guyanese and political activist Rickford Burke on Monday, along with fellow Guyanese, protested in the streets of New York against the incumbent administration, the People's Progressive Party Civic, PPPC. Burke highlighted that the government has allegedly been unfair to overseas-based Guyanese who appear to be speaking out against their actions.
We want the world to know what is going on in Guyana. The first thing is that the Guyana government has been targeting Guyanese leaders who speak out against them here in New York.
He added that the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, has launched an investigation in regard to Guyana's government, which includes a death threat against him.
A government official is trying to hire a hitman to have me killed. That person is an FBI informant.
Burke believes that the PPPC administration is being racist against overseas-based Afro-Guyanese. He also called for an investigation into the government for alleged transnational crimes.
We're calling for an investigation of the genocide that Barry Jagdev committed with the death squads. And the other placards talk about using the police against black leaders.
Burke added that there should be a change in the U.S. foreign policy against the PPPC government. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
In this Antonio Days report, you will hear that the mining and quarrying industries peaked during the first half of 2024. This peak was attributed to increased output from the extractive industries.
According to the 2024 mid-year report released by the Finance Ministry, the 64.3% projection in the first half of the year in the mining and quarrying industry outweighed the declines observed in the gold and bauxite mining subsectors. The report published on August 28 cited that, quote, the oil and gas industry is estimated to have expanded by 67.1% in the first half of the year, unquote. At the end of June, total crude oil production stood at 113.5 million barrels compared to 68.7 million barrels in the same period during 2023. The daily production in the Scarborough block was averaged at 624,000 barrels per day in the first half of this year, when compared to 380,000 barrels per day in the first half of 2023. The media report noted that, quote, supported largely by higher than projected production rates on the FPSO crude oil production, is now estimated at approximately 228 million barrels this year, unquote. As such, the industry is now expected to see further growth, reaching 56.4% this year. According to the report, this indicates an increase from 44.7%, which was projected at the same time the 2024 budget was being prepared. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
More news after this break.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Tropic Construction Solutions, we pride ourselves on being one of the leading distributors of high-quality woven and non-woven geotextile fabric, geotextile tubes, and geogrids for over 15 years in Guyana. We supply reflective vests, sleeves, quality hard hats, and more for your construction needs. We are located in No. 2 Village, East Coast Berbice, 1 minute from Palmyra. Our distribution mechanism enables us to offer delivery across the city of Georgetown. Contact us at +5926-284-077 or visit our website at www.tcsgt.com.
You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Thanks for staying with us. 3 additional members of the Law Reform Commission were on Tuesday sworn into office. The members took the oath to office at the Office of the President. Carice Gonzalez reports.
A reappointment ceremony at the Office of the President in Georgetown saw Tani Husti, Clarissa Reel, and Dinawati Pandey continue their roles on the Law Reform Commission. The current members of the Law Reform Commission also include Emily Dodson, who serves as chairperson, and Lennox Schumann, a former opposition member of parliament. In his address, President Irfan Ali highlighted the importance of these reappointments for advancing and modernizing the nation's legal framework.
Frequent changes in the composition of the Commission could jeopardize the progress made. It can disrupt the continuity and effectiveness of the Commission's ongoing work program.
President Ali also urged the commissioners to focus on new legislative needs in keeping with technological advancements such as artificial intelligence, and to prepare for potential laws needed for the development of the Silicon City by the first quarter of 2025.
I would like you to look at our existing laws and to look at the plans for Silicon City and come up with a body, a framework that would allow us, from a legislative perspective and legal perspective, to have Silicon City captured.
Established in August 2021, the Law Reform Commission functions as an advisory group tasked with recommending amendments, new laws, or the repeal of outdated legislation to the government of Guyana. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The dental technician training program, which was last offered by the Ministry of Health 15 years ago, was reintroduced by the ministry on Tuesday and will see 15 individuals trained over the next 18 months. Tiana Cole has the details.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony on Tuesday, while delivering feature remarks ushering in the restart of the dental technician program, reflected on the direction in which the government is going. He added that his ministry has made significant investments in health over the past few years. The minister further stated that while there were 3 operational analog X-ray machines prior to 2019, there are currently 20 X-ray units, mainly digital, throughout the system.
We have recently bought 5 new pieces of equipment which would be able to allow us to do CT scans. So this is taking it up a notch. And that's the kind of investment that we're making for dentistry.
The minister went on to say that the ministry has brought back the Dentex, dental assistance, and dental aid programs, and the ministry is pushing the training division to ensure that individuals from all regions can receive training.
Now we are selecting people from all the regions so that they can benefit from the training that we are doing. And that is very, very important. And so in all our programs now, we are trying to have that change so that people would go back to their region and be able to provide that service.
He emphasized the value of the dental technician program, since right now, the Chadi Jagan Dental School is the only place currently offering these services.
Because if 15 years ago was the last time we had such a program, imagine now we don't have the people who should be providing this type of service.
Adding to his remarks, Minister Anthony said that his ministry is toying with the idea of introducing some extreme cutting-edge dental technology to Guyana.
Among the things that we are looking at is to develop an electronic health record, which would then bring all the patients from around the country into one database, one system. So despite whichever one of those clinics you go to, we'll be able to get your record.
Tianoko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony on Tuesday disclosed that in case of a monkeypox outbreak in Guyana, his ministry is prepared to deal with any such outbreak and has put stringent measures in place.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony on Tuesday, while speaking on the sideline of the Ministry of Health restart of the dental technician training program, said there has been considerable preparation in case of a monkeypox outbreak in Guyana.
I think we are quite prepared. We have also put surveillance systems in place at all our ports of entry, which include the airport and the seaports.
According to Minister Anthony, the ministry has established a national Mpox committee, which is composed of several infectious disease specialists, since the ministry would have witnessed new cases of Mpox emerging across the world and in some neighboring countries.
You will recall that in the first outbreak that we did diagnose 2 cases here, and we were able to isolate them and treat them. And we didn't record any more cases.
The ministry has released guidelines for medical practitioners, including indications, symptoms, and diagnosis. Furthermore, nearly 270 doctors from across Guyana participated in a training conducted by the ministry over the weekend.
The national team, they meet on a regular basis to assess what is going on internationally, what threat these cases pose, and to make sure that we are in a state of readiness.
In addition, the ministry has purchased Mpox vaccines and released guidelines to be used to identify vulnerable cases, which will allow patients to receive adequate care.
I think our preparation so far has been quite good, and I would say the doctors here are quite alert, and our other medical staff.
The World Health Organization recently declared ongoing Mpox outbreak in Africa a global health emergency. More than 17,000 Mpox cases and at least 571 deaths have been confirmed in Africa this year alone, and at least 2 cases have now been confirmed outside of the continent. Tianoko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news. GECOM
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 hours, 13 hours to 16 hours 30, and Friday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact the GECOM on 225-0277-9 or visit the website www.gecom.org.gy.
The Guyana Elections Commission GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GECOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons from your area of residence to apply for registration or name change or correction. You must be in possession of the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by way of marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on November 29th, 2024. For further information, please contact GECOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-0277-9, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GECOM website at www.gecom.org.gy.
Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. We tell you that the United States has seized a plane used by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and flown it from the Dominican Republic to Florida after determining that its purchase violated U.S. sanctions. The seizure of the aircraft came amid continuing pressure on Maduro at home and abroad over a contested July 28 election that he claims to have won, while the opposition says its copies of vote tallies show its candidate to be the victor. The Venezuelan government, which confirmed Maduro had used the plane, said in the afternoon statement the seizure was nothing but piracy, illegal, and a repeated criminal practice by the United States. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland said in a statement that the aircraft was illegally purchased for $13 million through a shell company and smuggled out of the U.S. for the use by Nicolas Maduro and his cronies. We continue with news from Venezuela. A judge in Venezuela has issued an arrest warrant for Edmundo Gonzalez, the opposition's candidate in the country's recent presidential election. It comes after a request by the Public Prosecutor's Office, which is loyal to President Nicolas Maduro. Mr. Maduro was declared the winner of July's election by the country's Electoral Council, which is stalked by government loyalists. But the government has yet to publish any evidence to support its claim of victory, while the opposition says their polling data shows Mr. Gonzalez won easily. No sooner was the petition received from Venezuela's Public Prosecutor's Office than Judge Edward, who rules on terrorism-related crimes in Venezuela, granted the request and the arrest warrant against Mr. Gonzalez was issued. He is accused of serious crimes, including the usurpation of public duties, document falsification, instigation of a disobedience, and system sabotage, according to the public prosecutor. Mr. Gonzalez, who has been in hiding since shortly after the election, has denied any wrongdoing. We conclude with news from Brazil. A 5-member panel of Brazil's Supreme Court voted unanimously on Tuesday to uphold Justice Alexandra's ruling to shut down social media giant X in the country for not complying with local norms. Justices Flavio, Cristiano, Carmen, and Luis sided with Alexandre, with some of them saying, however, that the suspension could be reversed if the platform complies with previous court rulings. X was taken down in Brazil, one of its largest markets, in the early hours of Saturday following a decision by Alexandre, after the platform missed a court-imposed deadline to name a legal representative in Brazil as required by local laws. I am Carice Gonzalez. Thank you for watching.
Guyanese critic found guilty of contempt of court, fined $100,000. Local tech company to introduce artificial intelligence at 2025 Energy Conference and Expo. Guyana represented at Labor Day parade also used the opportunity to protest actions of the ruling People's Progressive Party civic government. And 3 additional members added to Law Reform Commission. Those are our major headlines for these stories and more. Please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Alita Grant. Thanks for watching.